Now, when it comes to the matter of where to start, I have a lot of avenues of charity. Now, where should I start from? Which should be my main focus of charity? So, a Sahabi radiallahu anhu, and this riwayat is in Sahih Muslim on the authority of Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu. He said, Ya Rasulullah, which charity is the most valuable in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which has the greatest amount of reward? So Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam gave him few options. And then after those options, he sealed with one thing, that this is the best from all of them. So the first thing the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam said, nafaqatun anfaqtaha fi sabilillah. A charity, a money that you have spent for the cause of Allah Azza wa Jal. That can be anything. Anything that is attached with the cause of Allah Azza wa Jal. And then a charity that you spend to free out a slave, free a life of a person, right? Bail him out in a situation, then that is, a form of charity. Another way of charity is that you spend upon a person who is in need, who is destitute and who's going through difficulty, financial or whatever. And then the last one, the Prophet ﷺ said, the charity that you spend on your family members. The charity that you spend on your family members. So whatever you bring on the table, your family, your kids, your wife, your parents, your extended family. And then the Prophet ﷺ said, أَعْظَمُهَا أَجْرًا نَفَقَةٌ أَنْفَقْتَهَا عَلَىٰ أَهْلِ. That from all of these avenues, the greatest amount of reward goes to that charity which you have spent upon your family members. Why? Because that's your responsibility. You see, a lot of times a person, he is very active, mashallah. And when we talk about charity, it's not just money, it's your time. Because investment is of two things. It's your wealth and it's your time. So your money and your time, you're spending it in many good causes, but you're neglecting the responsibility that has been come upon your shoulder. You have time for this program, that, this effort, this, all of this social work, whatever you're doing. And everything is good. Remember what the Prophet ﷺ said, nafaqatun anfaqtaha fi sabilillah. Charity that you give for the cause of Allah, charity for all of this. And then the Prophet ﷺ said, the best of charity is the one that you start from your own family. وَابْدَأْ بِمَنْ تَعُولِ. And you see a lot of times that people are very active in other fields, spending on other people, investing your time on other individuals, helping this, but their own family, they have been neglected. They have been neglected of having this person at the house at the time of need. They have been neglected for having him at the house to spend, to help, to whatever. A lot of times a person feels an insult if I'm going to wash the dishes, what my friends will find out. Mashallah, we have majority of the guys who are, they have another image in front of their friends regarding their house situation and a different image, right? Even though the image that you are trying to create is the true image that is liked by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that's the image of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that how he was in all avenues. So the charity that you spend on the cause of your house, because the person, he works and he earns. Allah gives him rizq. Why? Because he has dependent individual in his house. It's not that you're, mashallah, Tismar Khan, you have done a very amazing job by going and getting a great work for yourself, and I'm making 6 figures and 10 figures. It's not that. Allah is giving you rizq because you have dependent individuals sitting in your homes. Innakum turzaquna. The Prophet ﷺ said, indeed, you have been given rizq بِضُعَفَائِكُمْ, because of those who are dependent on you and who are sitting in the house. So we have to appreciate, and earning for them, spending upon them, it's a greatest amount of charity. That is a charity that is loved by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we have to understand that Islam is not what I like or what suits my needs. Islam is what Allah and His Messenger has given us. And of course, you can draw a line. There is necessities and then there is desires. You are responsible for necessities, not for desires. Okay? At the same time, if you are fulfilling those things, Allah Azza wa Jal will reward you with the intention. But do not spend on something that is unlawful, because at that time that will bring the sin upon you. As long as it's halal, Allah has given you istita'ah, you spend on your family and Allah will give you the reward of charity as well as something that you have been told and fulfilling the orders of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We ask Allah to grant us the understanding and the ability to practice. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen. Jazakum Allahu khairan. Subhanallahi wa bihamdi. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk.